Your phone says 40%. You're outside, it's cold. And then, phone screen goes black, dead, completely dead. At 40%. This happens to billions of people every winter. And almost none of them know the actual reason. Because it is not your phone being dramatic. It is not a glitch. It is not a dying battery. It is chemistry, physics. And one of the most fascinating betrayals your device pulls on you every single cold morning. Let's break it down. 5W1H style. What, why, who, where, when, and how. Every question answered. WHAT. What is actually inside your phone battery? Your phone uses a lithium-ion battery. Inside it, a graphite anode, a cobalt oxide cathode, and between them, a liquid electrolyte. When your battery discharges, lithium ions travel through that liquid from one side to the other, creating an electric current. Think of it like a river of tiny charged particles. When the river flows freely, your phone works perfectly. When something slows the river, your phone panics. This same technology powers your laptop, your AirPods, Tesla cars, and essentially the entire wireless revolution of the last 30 years. And now the big question. Why does cold slow that river down so dramatically? WHY. Here is the science, and it is genuinely wild. Cold temperature makes the electrolyte liquid inside your battery more viscous, thicker, like honey going from warm to cold. When that liquid thickens, lithium ions cannot move through it as freely. Less ion movement means less current. Less current means your phone cannot get the power it needs to keep running. But here's the twist that explains the 40% thing. Your phone uses voltage levels to estimate how much battery you have left. When the electrolyte thickens, voltage drops suddenly, even if the battery still has charge. Your phone's software sees the low voltage and screams, empty, shut down, emergency. It is not lying. It is just reading the wrong signal. Cold temperatures increase internal resistance inside the battery, forcing it to work harder to supply the same power. And it gives up before it should. As Dr. Linda Nazar, chemistry professor at the University of Waterloo, explains, cooling causes the electrolytic medium to thicken and become viscous, hindering ion movement. But this raises another question. Who figured all this out in the first place? WHO. 3 people changed the world with this technology. And most people have never heard their names. In the early 1970s, during the oil crisis, British chemist Stanley Whittingham was working for Exxon when he created the first functional lithium battery. He wanted to help the world move away from fossil fuels. Then in 1980, John Goodenough, an American physicist, developed a cathode made of cobalt oxide that dramatically increased the battery's power and voltage. He was 57 years old at the time, not exactly a typical tech startup age. Finally, Japan's Akira Yoshino refined the anode design in the 1980s, making the battery safe and commercially viable. Sony launched the first commercial lithium-ion battery in 1991. In 2019, all 3 won the Nobel Prize in Chemistry. John Goodenough was 97 years old when he accepted it, making him the oldest Nobel Prize winner in history. He reportedly said, "Live to 97, and you can do anything." So, where exactly does cold cause the most damage? WHERE. Cold is not equally dangerous everywhere. Here is where it hurts your battery most. Apple states iPhones are designed to operate between 0 and 35 degrees Celsius. Samsung recommends the same range. Below 0 degrees, performance starts degrading noticeably. Below -10 degrees, you can cause cumulative long-term damage. The most dangerous location, your car dashboard in winter. The temperature inside a parked car can drop dramatically overnight. Leaving your phone there is essentially putting your battery through stress training it did not sign up for. The safest location, your inner jacket pocket close to your body. Your body heat keeps the battery near its optimal operating temperature. This is not just a tip. This is the actual science-backed solution. But when does cold crossing from temporary to permanently damaging? WHEN. Short-term cold. Your phone recovers completely once it warms up. The battery was not actually dead. It was just slow. But here is when it becomes permanent. Charging your phone below 0 degrees Celsius. When you charge a lithium-ion battery in freezing temperatures, a process called lithium plating occurs. Lithium ions deposit directly onto the anode as metallic lithium instead of integrating properly. This can permanently reduce your battery's maximum capacity, and in extreme cases, cause an internal short circuit. Every deep discharge under cold stress slightly reduces the battery's maximum capacity. Do this repeatedly across multiple winters, and you will notice your 2-year-old phone barely makes it to noon. The damage is cumulative, it is quiet, and most people never connect it to cold weather. So how do you actually protect your battery against all of this? HOW. Here is your complete winter battery survival guide. 6 rules. Science-backed, 0 excuses. Narration. 1. Keep your phone close to your body. Inner pocket. Not bag, not backpack, outer pocket. Inner pocket. 2. Never leave your phone in a cold car overnight. The dashboard is the worst possible location. A cold car in winter can drop well below -10 degrees. 3. Never charge your phone if it is very cold. Bring it inside. Let it reach room temperature for 15 to 20 minutes first, then charge. This prevents lithium plating. 4. Get an insulated phone case or phone pouch if you work outdoors or spend long periods outside. They work, the science supports them. 5. If your phone dies outside at 30%, do not panic. Bring it inside, let it warm up. It will almost certainly come back to life. The charge was always there. The cold just hit it. 6. Check your battery health and settings. If it is below 80%, the cold has likely accelerated degradation. Consider a replacement before next winter. So the next time your phone dies in the cold at 40%, you can calmly explain to everyone around you. The electrolyte liquid became too viscous for efficient lithium-ion transfer, increasing internal resistance and causing a false voltage drop. Or you can just say, it's cold. Science. That's the full story. 5W1H style. What, why, who, where, when, and how. If your brain just learned something new, hit subscribe. New topic, same formula, 0 boring lectures. Every single week. See you in the next one. And keep your phone warm.